How did Joker get...
Be quiet.
What's going on?
B-Man! Mr. J doesn't want you following us just yet.
Hello and welcome to my first ever gameplay video that, well, doesn't involve wrestling. I'm Evan, and as most of you guys know from the main channel or just from knowing me personally, I am a pretty big geek. And being the pretty big geek that I am, I felt it was finally time to turn my attention to one of the biggest gaming series in not only the comic world, but in the gaming world itself. And so I am turning my attention and starting my journey through the Arkham games. Batman Arkham games have been one of the staples for a lot of people in, some of the best games out there. And I wanted to finally take a stab at them. So here we are, and let's take a look at some of the experiences that I had starting out on the first game, Arkham Asylum. So when I started off recording, I started slightly after the opening sequence, which I thought that this would be where the fun begins, and because the opening sequence is really just a lot of walking around, and I come to find out later on in the game, it doesn't get much better. So you want to know how I got over walking around? I did this. I just kept throwing batarangs at Joker on the screen because, why not? As you can see, there's a little bit more to just walking. There's also crouching and walking. You can definitely see that I had no idea what I was doing in here. I hadn't even noticed yet the Oswald Cobblepot poster until, like, right there. It's like, oh, look at that, look how cool that is. I do want to make something clear that, like, although this game can seem really boring at first, like, at least you get the awesome voices from the voice actors. The voice actors for this game are just so talented and perfect. And having had Mark Hamill play the Joker, and this was so perfect, and it brought me back to my childhood watching the old Batman cartoons and everything. So it was nice to have that back. As you can see, took down some thugs. Totally great. There I am, walking again.
Oracle, I'm at the holding cells. I'm setting up a
Alright,
crime
so this is
scene.
where it gets interesting, because this is where it's not only walking, but it's walking while on detective mode. And of course, we always know that detective mode, it just makes the walking more strenuous. And, I mean, it's the same thing as in the Lego games. When you're walking, you have the detective mode on, and you get all these weird flashes, and just the weird colors and everything. So it brought me back to the Lego game days, and just following the little things that I had to. But of course, nothing is perfect. And, yeah. Of course, I didn't know where I was going, so I went back into that room. Wasn't sure if I had to hop over that. And then I finally get my bearings, and I find out where I am supposed to go.
Transport to upper floors is now permitted to staff with correct security clearance.
Security level is now at Orange Alpha. Alpha.
Now see, most people would think that that was probably creepy, that little laugh. But for me, it just reminded me of, you guys remember the Wall-E movie? Was it Eve? And here we go into our first cutscene.
How did Joker get... Be quiet. What's going on?
B-Man, Mr. J
And
doesn't
there
want
she
you following
is,
us
Miss
just
Harley
yet.
Quinn. I love this. No way of following us now, you're trapped down there. And before she could even finish that sentence, I'm already, like, climbing my way up. And it's just like, was I supposed to discover this that quickly? And then you got parkour.
Parkour!
Hey, Babs! I know you can hear me. I've got a little something for you to listen to. Harley and Frank aren't really out of the building with the old man. How are they going to get past all those guards? Let's have a listen, shall we?
Hey, Frank, breathe in. Joker's got more men on the way. They're coming around the front of the asylum. Gotta stop them. Quick, get over there. Damn, come on, everyone, cover the main entrance.
Then you got this. Just a whole bunch of climbing for a little while. And then parkour.
Michael, parkour!
Frank, what are you doing? No, put it down!
Frank, what the hell? Gwen, it's clear. Get your ass in here.
It's some piece of work, Frankie. Just fall for someone like you.
Stop flirting with a hired help, Harley.
Don't worry, sweetie. You know I only have eyes for you.
Did you hear that, Max? Sounds like Becky's looking up your side. Another valuable employee for the organization.
On level A4.
So we make our way up here now. And you can see the hostiles that are up there. And this is the part where it starts to get interesting because, like, we took on 2 guys earlier, but this is like a larger group, and so this is where we have to get, get to actually trying to fight multiple people at one time. And I can tell you that I don't always do well in these situations, but somehow this goes a lot better than I thought it would. Look at that. Ooh. And he's down.
Any sign of Dad?
Not yet, but I'm getting close. Harley Quinn tried to slow me down. Dropped an elevator on me.
Did it work?
Of course not. I'll get back to you when I reach the end of the
And
trail.
here we go, back to the detective mission, since it took us a while to get to that point. course, I suck at batarang throwing, so that took me a while to get. Also, I don't think I knew what I was doing at this point, so I kind of was just like trying to throw batarangs at whatever I could in hopes that it would work. And then, of course, it was the vent that I had to go to.
Please. I got a kid. You don't have to. I don't have to. I just want to.
Now, if I remember correctly, this part right here, I failed multiple times. So you're going to get to see that. How I failed this part of the mission multiple times, and it shows that I am not good at stealth, which, of course, Batman is amazing at stealth.
Oracle, Joker's men have taken control of the cell block transfer corridor.
That's not good. I patched into a guard radio. It sounds like Joker's crew have got their hands on weapons.
I know. I'll calibrate the Cowl's vision mode to isolate armed henchmen. The direct approach is suicide. I need to be smart, find a different way past them.
So we have to climb up onto the gargoyles, go across, and like basically drop down and get them. But which is kind of like in the Spider-Man games, which I played before this. And you know, in the Spider-Man games, he's able to easily get them because he can like string them up. But this, nope. And as you can see, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And of course, that wasn't the way to do it. So I didn't sneak up on them, and thus I got shot and died rather quickly, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So by the end of this, I want you guys to count how many
Someone finish him off.
I want people to count how many times I've died by the end of this gameplay, and comment it down in the comment section below. And if we can get the correct answer, maybe I'll give you a shout out in the next episode of the Arkham Asylum gameplay videos.
Okay, boss says no one gets past.
As you can see, I was even not sure about if I wanted to do this again. So as you can see, I finally did it correctly this time. I don't know how I wasn't noticed right there though, because clearly I would have been like in the line of sight of the other guy if he just turned ever so slightly. But I was able to get them down. And then we had one more guy that we had to get.
No problem, boss. The boys are just finishing off. The Arkham chumps never stood a chance.
Oh, good. Our friendly neighborhood rodent is on his way. You need to set a trap. He must not leave this building. Do you understand me?
Yes, boss. The bat is as good as dead.
I hope you keep your promises, boy. I'd hate to have to go and punish a
And there we go,
family
taking
just to
him
teach
down.
you a lesson. Oh, look who it is. Are your pointy ears burning? I suppose I'd better warn my boys you're on the way. But, hey, maybe I won't. It'll be a nice surprise.
And there we go, me destroying television screens again. Maybe we can also count how many television screens I destroyed during this game and put that in the comment section down below. I'm not even certain how many. I know vents I had to open like 20 or something, it felt like. And I can't even imagine how many more I'll have to open playing through the rest of this game.
Is now under new management. Here's a quick update on what's going on. Attention! We have
Here's another instance where
like a bat.
I was not ready, and thus we will start the second episode of our Arkham Asylum gameplay right here. Will I be able to take on this group? And how many times will it take me to be able to complete this little mission? Make sure that you guys watch next time, and if you guys enjoyed, as always, make sure to leave a like, and remember to comment. Comment how many times in this video that I destroyed a television. And with that, guys, stay extraordinary, and I will see you guys next time.
See you next week. Same bat time, same bat station.